What's up guys, Diehard Fishing coming back at you with a quick how-to video. And today I'm going to teach you how to tie a 2-hook sliding rig. And I'll tell you why at the end of this video, why the sliding hook is a game changer and why it's going to be better than any other live bait rig that you've tied before. So stick with me on this video and I'll show you why this key rig is going to allow you to keep your bait more lively, more realistic, and allow you to catch more fish. Okay, so here's what you need for this rig. First, you need your leader line, and I'm going to be using 40-pound mono for the purposes of this video, but you can use any caliber of line you want, whatever is fit for the type of fishing that you're doing. You can use 20, 30, 80, 100, you can go as light as 10. Really just depends what kind of rig or what kind of fish you're targeting. So we got our leader line, and then I also got another spool here of a slightly lighter line than your leader line. So like I said, I'm using 40 for the purposes of this video. This is 20-pound, and we're going to need 2 different calibers of line, and I'll show you why once we start creating the rig. So we got our line, and then we need our hooks. And obviously a 2-hook rig, we need 2 hooks. So one of those hooks has to be a J-hook. And the key with the J-hook is you need one with that slight bend by the eye there. And I'll show you why once we start making the rig, why that's important. But it's much better than one with a straight shank, one with that eye that goes straight out. A little bend makes all the difference with this rig. So we got our J-hook, and then we got to get our second hook. And now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be using a treble hook. But you can use another J-hook or a treble, different sizes. It really just depends on the type of fishing you're doing, whatever you think is best. And the last piece we're going to need is just a quick pair of needle nose pliers. And 1, this is going to allow us to tighten down those knots. And then 2, we need the line cutters on there to clip off the tag ends. So now that we have all those tools, let's get right into making this rig. Alright guys, so here's what we're going to make today. We got a treble hook as a stinger hook. We got a J hook here. I think this is probably like a 4/0 or so red octopus hook. The color doesn't matter, I just use red just for the purpose of this video. I feel like it'll show up better on the camera. We got our 40-pound leader line, and we have 1 small little piece of 20-pound. Now, you can use any size line for this setup, but you do want this short piece. This is probably about a 6-inch section or so. You want this to be a little bit lighter than the leader line you're using. So I got 40-pound here, and I think this is 20-pound. First things first, we want to take our leader line here, and then we're going to thread our J-hook on here. It's always hard to do on camera. Okay, so we thread that on, and then pull your leader line through a good amount. You don't want that to slip back through. So I probably pulled that on about 6 inches or so. And then what we're going to do is take that short piece of lighter line, 20-pound test for this video, and we're going to thread that through the eye of the hook as well. Okay, just like that, not too far. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to make a snell knot on the hook with this short little piece of line. So I got a loop there, and then there's different ways to do this, but this is the way that I find the easiest. So then you're just going to wrap this line around the hook and around that loop. I like to go about 4 or 5 times, so that's, I think, 4, 5. And then once we get through the 5th time, we just take that tag end and thread it through the loop, just like that. And then all we got to do is tighten down. So pull this side and grab our pliers here, and make sure you don't want to nick the main leader line, because that's the part that we're going to want strong so that we don't lose those fish. So now what we got here is our 40-pound leader line going through the eye of the hook and then out the other side like this. And then we also have our 20-pound, our lighter line, with like a snell knot around the hook and around that line. And so now that we've tightened that down, we can actually cut off the tag ends of this lighter line. Just like that. And so now what we have is this is our leader line, our 40-pound test. That slides through, that hook will slide through that line, but it also stays in place. It's not going to slide right off. Because we tightened this knot down, that basically creates some resistance and prevents that hook from just sliding freely, but also we have the ability to adjust it if necessary, which at the end of the video I'll tell you why that's important. So then we can go and take our bottom hook. In this case we're going to use a treble. You could put a J hook on here. It's really up to you what you see fit for the fishing type that you're doing. And I'm just going to tie a clinch knot. Again, this knot doesn't matter. Just for the purposes of this video, to make it easy, we'll just do a clinch knot. In reality, the most of my live bait rigs that I tie, this bottom hook, if it's a treble hook, this is the knot that I use anyway. So if we zoom in a little bit, there's our clinch knot on the treble hook, and we'll just cut off this tag end. You probably cut that off a little bit closer, but that's okay. Alright guys, there we have it. There's our sliding 2-hook rig. And I've seen it called many different things. I think with a treble on the bottom, I think this is called a halibut rig in the store. With 2 J-hooks, I think I've seen it called a striped bass rig. But really it's all the same. It's just a sliding hook on top with our stinger hook on the bottom. And the reason why the hook sliding is so important is you want to match the size of the bait that you're using. So say you're using a frozen piece of squid for bait, you can put this first hook through the top of the squid, and then you can adjust the length of the treble hook to make sure that that treble hook gets right in a good spot that you want to put it in. And then say you're using maybe a live rockfish for bait, and you need to spread out the hooks a little bit, you can just slide these hooks apart, and that's going to make a world of difference to make sure those hooks are in a perfect spot and they get that fish when it comes lashed onto your bait. Alright guys, that's it. Just a quick how-to video. And I want to mix in a few more of these how-to videos, so leave a comment below if you have any other questions or other video ideas that you want me to address in the future. And if you have any questions about the halibut rig itself, feel free to leave those in the comment section below as well. Always check out the comments and try to answer them the best of my ability. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one.